Hey, everybody, and welcome to Talking Nachos with me, Dr. Nacho, Paul Goodman, the show dedicated to reducing the number of times you feel like crying inside during your dentisting day. I was down to like 20 times a day. Pandemic shot it back up to 40. I'm probably at 30 right now. But as a dentist, that's where you have to keep your crying on the inside part of your body. So wouldn't it be awesome if we had people and vendors and sponsors and ideas to help us feel better, develop our dentisting core, our mind skills, our word skills, our hand skills, at the center of it all, our heart. So today you're going to hear from amazing sponsors of Dental Nachos. They're going to share what they do to help you increase your success, decrease stress, and reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. So we're going to bring up our first guest here on the show, and we are going to bring up Brennan from Flex Dental. So being a dentist, not easy. So many vendors, so many names. So Brennan, I'm going to ask you, what is Flex Dental and what do you guys do to decrease stress for dentists?
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for having me here. Great to be here. At its core, Flex Dental is about solving problems for dentists with technology. So we do everything from text and email communication, appointment reminders, online forms, online scheduling. We kind of cover the gamut. And what we're trying to do there is bring as much under one umbrella as possible that makes your life easy.
And tell me a little bit about, you're in your office, you're using Flex Dental. What are some of the things, it's like kind of like a team member in your office. What are some of the things it's doing on a day-to-day basis to connect with your patients?
Absolutely. So, typical things like reminding patients about upcoming appointments, reminding them about, recare or unscheduled treatment that the practice has to try and bring them back into the practice. But then also things like, online forms, our treatment planner is a huge aspect and something that a lot of people reach out to us originally about. And how it's designed is really to bring things down, to simplify it both for the staff and for the patients. Flex originally came out of a dental office. I did a startup practice with my wife, who's a general dentist. So we had a pretty interesting perspective and a different take on things than most of our competitors do in this space.
Awesome. And I mean, that's just so key. I mean, I'm a medium age dentist. I was back in the day where there was only paper. Now, if you've got paper in your office, people freak out. We're in a middle ground here, but there's so many great ways to start developing relationships with your patient online, connecting with them through their phone. Someone's sitting there thinking, hey, I want to learn about Flex Dental, learn about what you guys do to help me in my dental office. We have our text code, text Flex to 215-543-6454, but also how can they reach out to you directly, Brennan?
Absolutely. So they can go on our website, flex.dental, schedule a demo with us whenever it's convenient. We have a really simple online calendar that you guys can use. Or if you wanted just to reach out directly, it's info@flexdental.co.
info@flexdental.co. And it's really just such a great opportunity. Pandemic has given an opportunity to look at systems in our practice to make things easier. We don't have the same team members that are there, and Flex can help you. So I appreciate you being a key resource and sponsor, Brennan. Hang around to the end of the show. You're going to hear from some of your other collaborators here in Dental Nachos.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. So we learned here about how to use Flex Dental to make your team's life easier, to make your patient's life easier, to connect with patients, develop relationships. Now we're going to go over to one of the topics here that everybody likes to talk about, money, how to get patients to pay for stuff. So Jay, love the name of your company, Sunbitch. Appreciate you're a sponsor, Dental Nachos. But what does Sunbitch do to help dentists increase their success and decrease stress?
Super. Thanks, Paul, for having me. Really appreciate it. In terms of what we do, is pretty simple. We are a buy now, pay later technology solution that enables patients to get the dentistry they need today and pay over time. So the stress, we're actually helping both the patient and the practice, because clearly the practice wants to help as many patients as they can, but currently it's a bit tough with the solutions that are out there today. And in terms of increased success, we're increasing the production of the office. I mean, clearly we see it in time after time in the individual offices, as well as the group DSOs that we work with today.
And creative payment options are so important in anything in life. So just tell me, we help sell practices. Someone buys a practice from a golden age dentist. All they ever took was check and credit card. And now they say, tell us how patient financing works. Maybe a story of success, just broad picture if somebody wants to know how they can incorporate this in their office.
Sure, absolutely. So we work with a lot of practices, and some actually employ a lot of patient financing. Some don't employ any at all. If you kind of look at if I take a step back, look at the overall patient financing landscape, it's a very much a broken market. there's a couple things going on. One, the processes are generally either paper driven or very slow, or they ask very invasive questions like, are you married versus single? What's your income? Do you rent versus own? Totally irrelevant questions from 1975 that the financing companies are still asking because they're not really using technology. So what we do is pretty simple. We have an iPad solution. Again, we're the technology enabler. We get 85% of patients approved for financing. So if you kind of, on a relative basis, if you kind of think about it, the current solutions that are considered the industry standard today average about 35 to 40% with that's
amazing. So you have the full Nacho plate of different types of customers, patients who could do this. And what we're trying to do, help people chew and smile with confidence. Some people say to me, Jay, I don't know if you're aware of this, I hate you because you're a dentist, right? But I say, do you like eating? Because I'm just trying to help you do that. And sometimes they kind of reframe that. But in all seriousness, moving people forward, great book, To Sell Is Human by Daniel Pink. He talks about this. It comes in different shapes and sizes. Some people can pay $10,000 up front. Some people have to pay over time. What size range do you guys finance? Everything from 1,000 to 50,000?
We go from $60 all the way currently up till now $10,000. So what's interesting is that some folks don't have the cash, but many of them have the cash, but they want the flexibility, right? Yeah. If you can get a great rate and you can pay over 24 months, why not take it, right? Well, not just the people that need the cash, it's the people that want the flexibility, particularly now in these days.
Me as a consumer would have usually not wanted anything like that. But I'll tell you as a consumer, whether it's paying for my daughter's preschool or things like that, the pandemic has reshaped how I think about liquid assets, right? And now instead of me saying, I don't want some $200 a month bill for 2 years, now I think maybe it's better to keep something. So I think you guys are doing an awesome job to create these creative payment options. You can text Sunbit to 215-543-6454. But if people want to reach out to you directly, Jay, how could they do so?
Best way to do it, and I manage the dental practice nationwide for Sunbit. You can just email me at jay@sunbit.com, or you can go to our website, sunbit.com/demo. We can obviously set you up and do a demo, meet with you. Happy to do so.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you guys being a sponsor. Thanks so much. We got people connected to you guys. Hang around to the end of the show. We'll see what else we have in store.
Thank you very much.
So we talked about technology to help you in your office, talked about moving people forward with money. But I'm an awareness guy. I'm a just be nice guy, but also a just be real. What's the reality of the cost to be a dentist? So I graduated from dental school in 2002. My dental school cost 3 times as much 20 years later. My dental school cost $600,000. So how are dental students paying off loans? How are new dentists paying off loans and still buying practices? There's things you're going to hear that are going to surprise you, and maybe some things that are going to make you more aware and prepared no matter where you are. So I have my good friend, Travis Hornsby. I love what he does. I call him the Nacho Batman of student loans. So Travis, I knew as a kid, I wanted to play professional basketball, but you said, I'm gonna grow up and help dentists pay off loans. So tell us what you guys do.
Well, we make a treatment plan for people that don't know what to do with their student loans. So if you take your income and multiply by 1.5. Okay. So hopefully people can do that. And you pull out your phone if you can't, right? And do you owe more in student loan debt than that or less? If you owe more in student loan debt than 1.5 times your income, we can make you a treatment plan for a few $100 that shows you exactly how to pay it off with the best way possible with tons of savings. $65,000, I think, is our average savings for clients that work with us.
And I want to share, because I've known you for a while. So I have this amazing friend, Miles, and his wife. And he is an amazing Nacho, and he said you are our best sponsor because you kind of changed their whole life. So you do this for couples too. So I think it's so important to be aware of this. And your little calculation there, let's take $200,000 as an associate. Let's take that's a successful associate. Now that's $300,000. How many dentists have more than $300,000 in loans? Tell us the answer, Travis. I'm going to assume it's quite a few.
I mean, most of them have more than that nowadays, especially if they're recent grads, right? So for that person, if you've got more than $300,000 in student loans, we'll make you the treatment plan. That's our consult service for a few $100. If he's got less than $300,000 or she has less than $300,000 of student loans, then we'll basically act as a broker to pair you with the best student loan refinancing deal. So right now I had somebody today got a 2.75% interest rate for a 20-year fixed rate. That's basically like a mortgage level rate on a student loan, which is insanely good. So that also comes with zero closing costs and $1,000 cash back to the dentist. So we really can get people better deals than anything they would find going direct to the refinancing companies if they're interested in refinancing.
Yeah, I mean, what you're doing is truly the work of the Lord G.B. Black. That is the father of dentistry, G.B. Black. So you're doing the work of the Lord G.B. Black because you are helping these dentists feel, I'm assuming that when you have these conversations with them, that they are somewhat distressed. Because to me, if someone told me I had a $600,000 loan, even if it was for a good reason, that would cause me emotional distress. So are you kind of acting as this loan therapist along the way as well?
Well, yeah. I mean, again, like just remember that the debt worst case scenario is a percentage of your income. It's 10% of your income. And that's what we do for people that have a ton of debt is we show them, hey, actually, you should be investing in your practice, investing in mutual funds, and basically paying the minimum on your student loans because you need to go for student loan forgiveness. And that is a thing. That is a real thing that a lot of people, thousands, actually millions of people are pursuing right now. And then, yeah, some people that have, incomes that are really pretty good relative to their debts, right? The people that have that 1.5 times their income or less in student loan debt, those are the people that do need to pay it off. You're not going to get any forgiveness. No, knight in shining armor is going to write off and fix your student loans. You do have to pay it back. And so then the goal is to minimize the interest rate. So, we've got some people right now that are getting 0% interest for 6 months while locking in a low fixed rate, which some people are doing because the federal loans interest is suspended right now. And then some people are just saying, if I can get a 2 something for 20-year fix, I want to lock that in instead, so we can really help people save, tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars if they have student debt.
I really appreciate that. We've done long form content. You can share stuff from you. You're really just doing an awesome job. Before we wrap up, when are they going to, is the loan started again? The interest started again or still not yet for students?
It's not yet. We are predicting it's going to start again January 31st of 2022. So, but that said, if you can pair one bank that'll do a 0% promo for 6 months while locking in that low rate, just in case interest rates rise, and then refinance it again after that 6 month promo's up to a 2 point something, that's kind of like our secret combo for people that need to refinance right now. And then of course we're helping people on the planning side.
You can help them with like extreme couponing of their loan. They can always go for a new extreme coupon. I like that, Travis.
Well, yeah.
You can text loan to 215-543-6454 to get connected with Travis and his awesome team. But how can people reach out to you directly, Travis?
Just go to our website, studentloanplanner.com. So studentloanplanner.com, just go there and then decide what you need and you'll see the right button to click.
Awesome. Thanks, Travis. Hang around if you can for a few minutes. We're going to have one more awesome guest and we'll all chat here. Thanks so much. All right, so we've gone through technology, we've gone through patient financing, gone through paying off debt, and now we have one of our guests who I believe has created truly an industry-changing product. I'm excited to use it in my office starting now. Our key resource and sponsor from Dental Warranty, Jared. Before you start, Jared, I have a question. You got to meet me in person in Miami. Am I as funny in person as I'm online and as handsome? We'd like to know that on Talking Nachos.
Absolutely.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hands down.
So what you guys are doing, I think, is so awesome. Tell our audience, what is Dental Warranty? How is it going to help dentists cry less inside, increase their success, and decrease stress?
Sure. So essentially what we do is we partner up with practices and have found a more innovative way to provide a protection plan or warranty on dental treatment and appliances. So for 6 years after it's completed, patients know that they can have no cost repair or replacement wherever they go. And the dentist knows at that point that they have no more awkward conversations and they don't have to play the bank on things that are totally outside of their control. They get paid their full fee to do that. So everybody wins. And then in between, it provides a medium by which patients are more responsible for keeping up with their visits, keeping up with their hygiene. And then, of course, there's an element where practices are making money off of the coverage as well. So it's a win-win all around. That's more financially healthy for the practice, more healthy for the patient, and then, of course, as we do that together, Dental Warranty is winning at the same time.
I think it just represents everything that's good at managing expectations, making conversations better, and allowing. I have an amazing coach, Carol Kivler. She taught me years ago one of my best parenting tips. You give your child M&Ms. I don't want M&Ms. You say, do you want M&Ms or Reese's Pieces? Now you got them. People don't argue with their own decisions. So do you want to use this protection plan on your phone or not? And then when I choose no and I drop it in water, I don't start yelling at Apple. I say, maybe next time I'll choose it. Or if I choose the protection plan and it comes around again and I never used it, maybe I don't. But now you're giving patients the opportunity to really choose their own adventure with their dental care. They know the kind of wear and tear they put on it. You guys, I know you're somewhat newish, but not to tell us about some of the offices that have been using you and why they're happy and what you're doing for them and their team.
Sure, absolutely. Actually, we've been around for quite a while, and surfacing to a lot of the dentisting world, as we go here. But yeah, we hear it and see it every day. Our practices love it for all the reasons that you did such a good job stating. I mean, just the clear expectations from the beginning, that comes up more and more and more, just how, offering it and allowing them to make that choice. That's exactly right. They know going forward that it's clear that they made the choice whether or not to take it. And that way there's no questions when things arise, as they do. Even if they don't, we know and see every day that going into their treatment decisions, just that added level of service and the patient knowing that come what may, I'm going to be good. We see that add to the confidence of the whole experience, and they accept more treatment. And then as far as keeping appointments, life's not slowing down. It's getting crazier and crazier. So to have a mechanism like this to really help enforce healthy decisions and a consistent schedule is a huge win in terms of keeping your appointment book predictable.
And I can share. So how long does this last is a question that I've gotten asked like a gazillion times, right? So I've come up with an answer. I say, good question, Jared. It's based on three things. How well it was done. I'm going to do a great job on your crown. How well you take care of it. I know you're going to brush and floss. And then that third component is just timing or luck. Just like one car that you drove for 14 years and one that you drove for 4. So do you want to create a protection plan for you? And I just think if it's said in a kind and genuine way, as we are, people are going to love it. The team's going to love it. And you guys are going to decrease the awkwardness of a lot of these conversations. Not sure if you know, it's pretty awkward to be a dentist most of the time. So
it is. And that's what I love most about what we do. We help level that field and make it a much smoother thing. And so as that plays out, that feels good for us to see it work.
You guys just did a demo with our office. We're implementing it. You can text warranty to 215-543-6454. You guys are awesome sponsors. But if someone wanted to reach out to you directly, Jared, how would they do that?
I'd say simplest way would be to drop an email. You can do that to hello@dw-corp, C-O-R-P, or just head to the website, dentalwarrantycorp.com.
Awesome, Jared. Well, we're going to bring everybody back up here. We shared awesome content, awesome value. I'm going to go around here. And what I'm just going to ask you is, the pandemic has shut things down. There's been less trade shows, less things. So you're just learning about different things. So I know each of you heard something today, maybe you didn't hear before, or something that you would like as a dentist, or something you'd recommend from dentists. So what is some concept or thing or product that you heard on this show here today that you thought, man, I didn't even know that existed? So I'll start with you, Brendan, from Flex.
Yeah, I heard a lot of amazing things today. But as somebody that married into dental school debt, what Travis does really speaks to me. And I remember years ago looking at refinancing options for our own student loans. And a service like what Travis offers would have been a huge help. I didn't see a lot of great options at the time.
Yeah.
So I think what he's doing is awesome.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brendan. Jay, how about you?
Yeah, it's interesting too. I mean, it really resonated with what Travis said as well. And how it came across is we visit a lot of dentists. We have tons of dental DSOs. We end up talking with a lot of the associates there. They always talk about how much debt they have and how much they would really like to open up their own office, but that debt is a big monkey on their back. And so I haven't heard of this solution before. It sounds very interesting, but I think you're on the right track there. If you can reduce that debt and get them into more easier or palpable payment, they can maybe get out of that DSO that they're working at and maybe open up their practice, which typically is their dream as they, when they enter dental school.
And you brought up a good point too, because we do practice transitions, and I learned this from Rob Montgomery, my awesome podcast partner, because it's normal to want to pay down your debt as fast as possible. But if dentists do that without saving for a practice, the bank doesn't consider them a good loan. Yep. So dentists have inadvertently made themselves bad loan candidates by trying to take care of it. And not surprisingly, a type A personality like us dentists and overachievers say, fine, I'm going to eat ramen noodles and pay off all my debt, but then they can't buy a practice. So awesome. Travis, how about you?
I mean, I liked all of them, but I think I'm going to go with Jay's Sunbitch just because you got to have revenue and production to buy everything else, right?
Yeah.
And so we know the need for dentistry out there is so big, especially at that lower income side of the scale. So I like, getting those $10,000 upfront payments, for treatment plans I would have missed, so that we can pay for the other gentleman services too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So just that is, all the comments, and Dr. Mark Costa is such a good friend of mine, top line revenue, total production, cash flow being your oxygen. You can do all these cool things in your life, whether it's personal, technology, dental warranty, but you do need that money coming in to keep your office going. And so anything creative is awesome there. Jared, we'll wrap up with you. How about you?
Sure. Love everything that's going on here. I'll just kind of go round table real quick. I mean, Travis, that's a clear need. I love that you're breaking that space open and what you're doing to help those. I mean, they're in a tough spot. There's no denying that. And so for you to provide a clear path for them to fix that and solve it and do so in a way that keeps them in good shape moving ahead is a beautiful thing. Jay, you said it very well, that your space is broken. There's just not enough approval. You can have a great concept, but if you guys are actually approving and you got that full range of folks in different credit situations that you're actually going to help. I know that's the number one reason why a practice gives up on a solution is because it's denial after denial after denial. So you stop messing with it. So love what you're doing there. And then Brandon, you got a lot that you're doing, and I like that you're coming out of the practice. The fact that you've got those roots changes that for me in the way that I look at what you're doing. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the specifics and the solutions you provide, but the fact that it was born out of a practice and that's where you come from is a game changer in terms of what you'll be able to provide through each one of those. So it's great to be here with you guys.
Awesome, guys. Really just love this value, these 30-minute shows to showcase stuff I wouldn't have known about as a young dentist, and some of these things I even know about just a few years ago. So really appreciate it. We'll have you guys on a future show. Thanks so much for being here today. Hang in the green room as I wrap up with everybody here. Thanks so much.
Sure.
So another awesome episode of Talking Nachos. If you would like to be a guest on Talking Nachos, you can text SALSA to 215-543-6454. Now I can tell you how it can be a guest, key resource, and sponsor, or just learn more about what we do. Thanks so much, guys.